Hey, what's up? What's up? What's
What
up?
up? It's the
Woo!
Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Come on. Where my people at? You got to come on. First of all, I need you to comment who you are, where you from, like,
Yeah.
share, and subscribe to us on YouTube as well as Facebook.
That's
Where
right.
my
That's
people
right.
at? Where my people at?
Hey.
Hey. I'm going to give them a little music because we can't put that on. Facebook, you tripping.
Oh, YouTube doing the same thing.
My God.
They really serious of trying to make sure folk get paid for their music.
I understand. But if they
Uh,
put it on there for us to use it, our clicks happen. So
uh-huh.
thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I guess I'm gonna have to start do my own music, y'all, so we can have some music to play on at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Get my little flow going. Yes, I do own the rights to this music.
Oh, you ain't gotta say that. They will already know. Soon you start playing, bam.
I'm just saying, help them. And yes, I do own the rights to this music. So that just gives up one up on what to do. Come
Yo.
on in, guys. Y'all make sure y'all say something, like, share, and subscribe. This is Free Day Friday. This is the Q&A with the big bro and the little sis. You know what I'm saying? Pillow talk. That's what we doing. We doing the
Yeah.
pillow talk today.
Yes.
Because we usually do our own pillow talk, but we're trying to get better with including you guys.
Yeah. I tell anybody, like, even for our guests that we had, the best conversations happened after, everything was over with. Man, it'll be dope. It promise I promise to be dope.
We need to have like a conversation after dark.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. People need
Yeah.
to see this conversation on this. So what's been going on, bro? I feel like it's been forever.
A lot's been going on. This time of the year for me, I am super, super busy.
Mm-hmm.
GLYC is
Woo,
about to
woo,
happen,
woo, 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 woo,
and
woo.
it's taking place next week. So I'm on edge right now. So
Yes,
um,
he living on the edge.
yeah. So
And I'm gonna miss it this year.
and I hate it, man, because you have been a part of it since day one, and it's
I
kind of
know.
like yeah, it is what it is. The
We
Lord.
come from where most don't break free. Man, I just feel like flowing right now. Come on, I just feel like flowing right now. You did so good last week. Let me tell you, brother, you did awesome in spite of the glitches
You see
and
my face.
everything that's going on. You did very, very well. I had to come out in the public. We had to come out in public and say, you did an awesome job.
Joe, I was like super nervous. I was
I
super
know.
nervous, and my heart was beating it like so fast. And um, but one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to tackle my anxiety. I want to
Mm-hmm.
do that. And in time past, like I put on my post, in time past, Joe, what I would do, I would scroll down and find a good conversation that we had, and I would repost it. I'm not going on by myself. I need my sister. She is my crutch. She is this person that's full of energy, and I need that in my life. Like,
And
you
I'm in
my
the
pick.
background like, don't push no more old videos when you are right there. They need to
Yeah,
hear from you. The people need to hear you.
man. Well, you know what? I equate it to working out. You know, you go to the gym, and by being a heavy person, I think you and I had talked about this personally. When we go to the gym and we're heavy, we look at all around us and see all these skinny people, and all the thoughts start flooding through your head. And you get on the treadmill, the elliptical, and you start lifting weights, and you start like, yo, this is irritating me. I'm about to quit. But you push it,
Yeah.
and you leave out, be like, man, I don't know about this. You come home, you take a shower, and you say to yourself, yo, it wasn't that bad. I can go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I felt. Like, okay, I think I could do this again.
Yeah,
I think I could do
that's
this
so
again.
good. That is a
Yeah.
lesson for the people out there because I promise you, what you just said, I had the privilege of being on another podcast. Miss Tanya Renee, I am Tanya Renee. Shout out to her.
That was a
The
good
Lazarus
conversation.
Project. The
That was a good
Lazarus Project.
conversation. I must
Yeah.
admit, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. It was really, really heavy and good, but just what you said, you go in with these pre-thoughts, like everybody gonna be looking at me when I go in. Baby, you're going in to do something. And that's the same thing I think about the podcast. Like you're coming on to do something, you're coming on to inspire,
Yeah.
you're coming on to inform, you're coming on to encourage. So we cannot even those moments where we have anxiety, we cannot neglect to come on and say, you know what, today I'm dealing with anxiety a little bit.
Yeah.
Because somebody is watching, whether they push the replay button. And so I just want to encourage somebody out there that's getting ready to do something. They feel like, I'm not getting that many views or people not coming on. I'm going to say press forward anyway, because you never know. Sometimes Facebook, a little twisted when they come to show you who really been watching because you just don't know. They could be watching on somebody else's
That's true.
phone. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And then the other thing too with Facebook is this: you can watch a broadcast without clicking on the broadcast, so you would never know
Yes.
who's on your broadcast. And that's one of the things that I had to learn. That hey, keep pushing forward. And I
Got
have this
to.
content creator that I followed, and he said in his podcast, he said, don't look at the numbers.
That's so good.
Yeah, he said the numbers
That's
can be discouraging. He said, but just keep pushing. And he said it. I mean, he has a large following, man. And he said there are times where he jump on live, and there's nobody on there, and he has to talk as if he's talking to thousands of people, man.
that's so good. And that's what that's a double fold type thing. Like even for those, of course y'all know I'm dealing with weight right now. Don't look at the numbers because you could be building muscle. And just like you said, if you can't look at the numbers when it's coming onto this podcast, you may be building muscle in other areas. Maybe you building the muscle of creativity in yourself or the muscle of pressing forward. You just never know. So that's a really good thing to always put in your mind to don't look at the numbers because the numbers are necessary. I always used to say, even with singing, if I get one person changed, if I touch one person's heart, if they were thinking about suicide before and my song touched them to the point of where they want to live another day, I've done my duty. I don't care if it's 1,000,000 people out there or two. If I get one, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm learning. I'm growing to that area. Um, and so it's a nice journey so far. And it's a nice journey. And I'm happy about, I guess, um, I lived my life in fear for so long,
Yeah.
and it feels good to be free.
Mm-mm. That's
Just
so good.
addressing issues and facing things, facing phobias, all of that, man. And it just feels so good. Now, Joe, what's been going on your side of the world?
Chad, I do stuff, Chad.
Yeah, we know. So, somebody said to me the other day, they was like, man, your sister is really traveling.
I do stuff. Y'all, let me tell you. First of all, give it up to God who's ahead of my life for the saints
Uh-huh.
and the ain'ts that are on the page. Hey, Ma, how you doing? Y'all, please
Bless
come on
him.
and say hello. Let us know you here, where you from.
Hello, mommy. Hello, mommy.
I do stuff because you don't know unless you go. Okay, somebody write that down. Somebody write that down. That is the motto for the year. You don't know unless you go.
You
Okay.
don't know unless you go.
And so one of the things that I was talking about on the previous broadcast was that there was a lot of places I didn't even try just because I didn't have the energy to. And so now that I have the energy and I have the means and the access, I'm going. I'm going to experience. I'm going to explore. I'm going to do, because one of the things I'm learning is me. I need to know what me likes, the smaller me, because I know what the older me had got accustomed to, but I didn't know what I liked because I didn't have the energy to learn what I like.
Yeah.
So now that I have the energy to learn, it's like, baby, let's go. I've always had a go in my spirit. Everybody knew that. But the difference is there are other things that I had to think about, like, okay, are my legs swollen today? I don't really need to be traveling today because my legs are swollen, or I'm not feeling 100%, or this and that. Those things are wiped away. So now it's just, do you got gas? Because gas is high and it is coming down. Do you have ticket money to go wherever you're going? Are you picking a free venue? Those are my only things right now that I'm really in my mind thinking about. And so other than that, bro, I've been trying to make the exercise videos for the people, but Facebook won't let me be great. It'll let me exercise about 10 minutes, and I got to prove to y'all that I finished the video by taking a picture, because Facebook just turns me off. So yes, I am going to have to look into basically creating my own music so that I can do what is necessary. And I just feel like that's just another push. That's just another push in the area for sure.
Now,
So,
if you just want just music alone without no words, now our company have that connection.
Okay, so I need to get into that.
So just don't forget to ask me for the password and stuff, and we'll go for it.
Yeah, I need to do that anyway, because y'all, we about to get up on this radio. If I can't work it but nothing on the weekends, I'm gonna start talking to y'all on the weekends. Because we got to, y'all need to hear me. I think y'all need to hear me, because ain't nobody going on no 360. I ain't seen nobody out there, and I be peeping.
Well, we're gonna have to push it and advertise it.
Yes,
that's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna start working it on weekends. That way, at least they'll know to come on at these specific hours. I'm on there. Joni J on the ones and twos. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, say it again, Joni who?
My brother is fake. Oh,
Joni J. All right, okay, that's what's up.
Nah. It's really supposed to be Joni G, for my last name, but I don't know. Whatever pop out my mouth, y'all know me. I just be rolling, baby, when it's time.
Look, I'll be trying to figure out a catchphrase for myself, or a catch name, or what we want to call it.
Yeah.
And I can't find one. I'm like, it is what it is. But it's funny. It's funny because not too many people know my full name.
Right. Anymore. So they think you fake. They think you fake.
Yeah. Anymore. Yes. It's like, I was telling somebody, I was like, there's people that been knowing me since I moved to Tennessee. And it's kind of like, hey, Brother Martez, how you doing? It's like, yeah, I'm still Darnell, that's my name.
Hey, okay, so right now being in the DMs is a big thing. Maybe your name need to be hit your boy in the DM on the 1 and 2s. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's your first and middle. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm slow. But I got it now. I got it. That's a good
DMs,
the DMs.
Yeah.
Hey, Anna. Hey, Marlon. How you doing? We just on here just having this conversation.
Hey, y'all. Listen, today is Freestyle Friday. We just catching up because it's been a minute. He's been on, I've been on, but we haven't been on together. So we just catching up. If you guys have questions, anything that's on your heart, we are here. This is why it's called Freestyle Friday. We're really doing questions and answers. Just whatever it's about life, if we can answer it, we will. And by all means, we want to say thank you to you guys for always rocking with us, whether you go back on the replays and comment and love, and all of you that have subscribed. We appreciate you guys. We really, really do. So we just wanted to open up. We wanted to open up this time for you as the viewer to really get out what you're feeling, what you want, if you have questions, because I know a lot of times we're on a topic and that may not be the topic that's on your heart. So we want to know your heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. 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 Yes. I'm telling you what, Joe. I'm telling you
Good.
what. I'm telling you this much. I really miss you. I do.
I know, I miss y'all too.
I promise you. Like as soon as my change get right, I'm coming over to North Carolina.
Come on, coins.
Yeah, I got to get my coins
We
right.
gotta count the coins, baby. We count coins.
Yeah, every penny is being counted. I promise you. You know, it's funny because you see pennies, you like, oh, it don't matter. I could drop it here and there. Now
Baby,
you like,
pennies matter.
yeah, you be like, where's that penny at? Because I need 2 cents.
Hey, Bishop, you all want Anna? What's up? What's up?
Look, Bishop gonna ask the question, y'all, and I gotta put this on here. How do you know you in love?
Oh my! Now I know Bishop did answer that. Ask that question. We need to be asking him.
Yeah, we need to bring him on the line and let him tell us.
Baby, you tell us how you know you the one been married 10 years. We still yet trying.
Oh man. But have you been in love, Joe, before?
Child, I thought I was. Maybe it was puppy. Somebody pet that puppy and took it to the pound, baby. I don't know. I thought I was. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, because I'm a nurturer, my love is deep anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so it's look at Bishop laughing at me. Bishop, somebody pet my puppy and left it and just took it to the pound. And I'm still in the lost and found. I'm still in the lost and found, Bishop. Tell somebody to find me. I'm a good thing. Tell somebody to find me. I'm Rubies. We're Rubies. All right. So anyway, I went to the Wiz for a minute. Because I'm such a deep lover and I am a sacrificial type person. For me, I distinguish being in love with the person when I'm ready, because even though I am a nurturer and there's still a part of me that I hold, because I don't know if you gonna reciprocate the love, but I've had so many thieves to steal, kill, and destroy. I've had so many thieves till I always hold a peace. So I think I would know I was in love if I was vulnerable enough to give my all. So I think that's how I would know. And I think love is different for each person, because you know yourself. And even if married people can be honest, some of them have not really totally loved yet. They're learning. Now, Bishop, probably you by now have learned to totally love. But it's so many married people that have not learned. That's why the husband owed the wife, and they got separate accounts. And this my stuff, this your stuff. It's still like that with them. And I don't really desire, even my natural self, I'm not like that. Like, if I got it, you got it. That's how I am naturally.
Yeah.
So for me, my difference that little piece that I am holding to make sure you ain't gonna do me wrong. Mm-hmm. When I release it, then I know I'm in love.
That's a whole dissertation. I'm gonna get to the point. So for me,
and I'm like that.
So I'm gonna be honest, since we saying this. For me, when I knew that my preference no longer mattered in the relationship.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a whole lot of questions. Hold on.
Bishop tripping.
Yeah.
Bishop questions.
Yeah. You got Anna typing this in here. Hold on. So wait a minute. We're gonna answer this. We're gonna answer this. For me personally, let me tell you something. I like pretty feet. I like pretty feet. And
you gonna get over that? That ain't gonna be your preference no more?
No, it's still a preference. but I wish y'all could read these comments. But, so I like pretty feet. So I remember this person was like, to me, was so sexy. You know what I'm saying? And just pretty, smile, everything. Mm-hmm. Took off them shoes.
Baby, boomerang.
Yeah.
Your love, Lil.
No. Actually, it didn't. It didn't. And so, we was chilling on the couch, and I just took the feet and started massaging them. And that's when I knew that I was like,
Oh yeah,
this.
baby.
Yeah.
That's love.
I knew.
Cause I would have been like, Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it, baby? You gotta do something with them feet.
Um. and yeah, absolutely.
So that's
I
what I love means personally. We did that. So the
Yeah.
next one, like, can you love for real?
Mm-hmm.
Starting out defensive. First of all, let's talk about these
Oh.
fences. We talked about these fences, Bishop, once before. The fences, which is, how high or how low your fence is, determined on who you allow in the gates and stuff like that. So with the fences, first of all, you can't even hardly be in a relationship already being. My best friend told me last week. She told me, you need to change your fence, because she was saying I was being defensive. So she said you need to change your fence. Because when you start off defensive, like, I don't want to start off in a relationship bulldozing something down.
Yeah.
And so to start off a relationship, I think for the individual needs to already have been working on, because you know what you offensive about. That's like offensive. They don't say defensive. You know what you offensive about, and you know what's a touchy subject. But there is a reason. Maybe there is a tragedy that happened that made you defensive in an area. Maybe it's trauma. And so you need to deal with those things so you won't snap, because as women, I'm going to talk about us, we sort of build a bear when it comes to relationships. Like, we'll leave a dude, but then we get with the next dude, and he remind me of the Jeep. And so I put the last dude face on your body. And the one thing you do wrong, babe, I'm ready to chop your head off, because I forgot you wasn't the before. So ladies, we cannot build a bear. Okay? We cannot build a dude. So when you leave a relationship, I suggest you take a break. Make sure all those defenses that you built up trying to protect yourself from the last mate, that you get those things chopped down so you can have a fresh slate and start to, you got to want love. First of all, you don't fall in love because it's an accident. You choose love.
Every day.
Every day you choose to love.
Every day.
I can't stand to hear people say they feel out love. Baby, you didn't trip and fall. You decided that today you didn't want to love me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me say this much, like, because we got a lot of questions coming in, and
we do
post the questions, and this is really, really good. But if you find yourself starting out into a relationship and you already defensive, I think you need to step back, and I think you need to work on what is putting you in that position to be so defensive with that person. And who's that lady, Joe? That who wrote a song by Bag Lady? Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu, baby. You gonna miss your bus carrying all them bags.
You gonna miss your bus carrying all those bags, because this is what you're doing. You carry all those situations that you dealt with. Okay, in the church world, we call it soul ties. You got all these ties to all these folks, and you bring into a situation, and here you are, like, and always snapping, always argumentative, because it reminds you of Johnny and Paul and Jim and JJ, Daquan, and Quinn.
Not keep going.
Because let's be real. Because sometimes we have connected with multiple people
back to back,
and it's crazy. So let's ask these questions.
Baby, I'm trying to keep up with them, baby. I'm scrolling. Okay, so we did answer that one.
Let's answer this one.
Okay.
Does God have to tell me I'm in love? I don't think so. All these deep spiritual people said, I was laying in my bed 3:00 in the morning. The Holy Spirit woke me up and said, Darnell. And I opened my eyes. I said, yes, Holy Spirit, speak to me. Quinn is your wife. Marry Quinn. You are in love with her. I mean, that is so foolish. Like, why would I have to have God to tell me
Now,
that I'm in love? Like,
now I will say there are some instances where there have been some divine connections where he showed you who the person was. Now, with that, when God happens to show you, people make the mistake of thinking it's right then, right there, right now. It may be some time in between there. You may have to go through some relationships. They may have to go through some relationships, and it may be years. Just because he shows you a face doesn't necessarily mean it's right there. I know people that will covet the person
yeah.
and just be like, God showed me you, so you mine. You know, now you're being a little cray. Don't do that.
Well, you know,
Don't do that.
Sometimes we have, even with that, we have to be careful. And let me tell you about a personal experience. So one time I was out praying because I wanted a woman so badly. I was like, Lord, I'm just single and I'm by myself and stuff like that, right? And so this literally happened. So while I was in prayer, there was a face that came before me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, she was fine. The girl was fine. And so end up about a year later, and this when I was in high school because I wanted a girlfriend because all my friends had girlfriends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so standing in the lunch line, I turn around and there goes the girl.
Oh.
And I stared at her and she was like, what you looking at? So, I'm like, look, I do apologize. I'm not trying to stare. And so a couple months later, her and I became cool. And so the whole time I'm thinking this is God gonna bless me with, and stuff like that. Only to come to find out it was some drama going on in her family.
Mm.
And her brother had committed suicide and the family was, dealing with that issue. And so I had to learn the difference because I'm praying for a connection. Because I want somebody that's good for me and I want to know all that stuff. That just because God send you a image of a person, that it may not be what you think it's for.
Yeah,
So if the
so
Lord
good.
because Lord put a face before you, you might need to be in prayer. Like, okay, God, I know what I'm asking for, and it seems like this is the answer to my question. But God, is this what it really is? And so I had an opportunity to minister to her, um, in her grief. And so, and I told her, I said, look, this might sound weird or whatever case. This was months later. Couldn't tell her right then when I saw her. I said, look, it might sound weird. I said, but I was in prayer. I ain't tell I was in prayer what I was in prayer for.
Don't tell.
I said, I was in prayer and your face came to me. I said, that day I was staring at you because it was like I literally seen a ghost.
Wow.
And so I prayed with her and I don't, and watch her just get over the grief of losing her brother who had committed suicide. So, sometimes we got to be careful. I believe, this is me personally, if God give you a divine connection, Joe, and point somebody out that you see, that it's going to be little nuggets along the way to let you know that is the person.
Right.
But him tell you that's who you're going to fall in love with.
Yeah, it could be overly stretched, but I like what you said, that it wasn't what you thought it was. And a lot of times we do that. I know as women, I'm talking as the woman part, I know a lot of times because there are certain traits that we look for in a man, and because he check off 6 of the 10 that we wanted, we'll automatically say, oh, that's God right there. That's God. Don't do that. Don't, because you may really be, and I used to say, Darnell, I used to say I got men's ministry because I get these broken men in my life. I think I'm supposed to date them, but when I get in the middle of it, I was really supposed to just minister to them. And now I got to retract what I feel, or the time I've spent, because I spent the wrong kind of time. So now I'm heartbroken because now I gotta let them go. Because I'm gonna do what the Lord say. But yeah.
I just had that conversation just the other day, and me and my best friend was talking about relationships, and he asked me, he said, "Do you want to be with somebody?" I said, "Yeah." And I was like, at this point, I have matured to understand that I need to heal first. There's some trauma and some things that have happened. I said, this is me. I'm not putting it off on anybody else. And so we got in a conversation about my fear of dating because because I always chose the wrong people.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, that's part of the trauma because I have a soft heart, man. And so like, um, because I see people in their brokenness,
That's in
and
our family.
yeah, and I want to minister to them, to love them unconditionally, and especially when you see potential in the individual, it's kind of like, okay, I think that this kid possibly be a great connection, and what happens is when you don't let things go that's not for you, it becomes hell for you.
Yeah, baby. Baby, you watch them grow up and punch you in the eye. I was clear for
My,
Lord. You done nurture them back to hell. They done grew up and now they punching you in the eye because you're not it. You're not the
yeah,
one.
yeah, absolutely, and it's funny because, um, you have Joe, you got a lot of good traits, and you do, but some of those qualities may irritate someone that you think that you can fit well with because
Mm-hmm.
y'all not meant to be together, or they decide, okay, I'm not going to do this, or whatever the case may be, and you have to. Well, I had to learn how to walk away and let it go, and learn the
Mm-hmm.
difference. This is a good question I posed. The difference in being guarded and defensive. Yes, I like this statement. There's a huge difference in
It
being guarded.
is. It
Sometimes we
is.
are like very protective of our space, um, and even that deals with our experiences and our trauma,
It does.
and
It really
we grieve those moments, like
does.
we do. What, I hope I pronounce this person name. Is it CG Rice? I don't know. Y'all, please, I'm not good with names. God doesn't make us choose the one, we decide whom we want to be with.
That's it. Because, I mean, if you think about it, if the Holy Spirit is a gentleman and he don't make you choose him, why would he make you choose, someone? And that's the way I think of it. Like he doesn't. It's whosoever will let him come. And that's the
Yeah.
same thing I think about love. And somebody had posted up in there earlier. Can you be in love with two people at
My
one time?
my pastor, you already know. Bishop was supposed to do it.
Bishop. Let me tell you how people can get tricked to think they in love with two people. Them soul ties, baby. They don't release the previous soul tie. Then they got another soul tie, and they just all tied up together. So
But
in their mind, I think you can have a love for a person, and you can think you're done with this, and you go to the next, and then they show back up all the old feelings that you didn't deal with, and all that old, you know. Oh, I got a story. Help, Holy Ghost.
well, before you go there. Now, what if that you did not have an experience with these two people and you met these people individually? Now, there's no connection far as sex, whatever. You be like, dang, I'm just feeling hard for these people. Now, there's a movement going on that deals with people that in a multiple relationship dynamic, and these individuals and they are in love with one another,
Oh,
and
you
it's called
talking about the pilot?
polyamorous people. They
Mm-hmm.
are in love with one another, and it's different from polygamy. In polygamy, everybody got their role, whatever. But in polyamory, look, you mine, I'm theirs, we all ours. You know what I'm saying? So
But I think that's still false because at the end of the day, you got a favorite. I don't care what you're talking about. You have a favorite when you compare the two. There, Darnell is something that you do to me that Jimmy just can't do. He's a nice guy, and I'm very, very fond of him, and I really have strong feelings for him. But it's something about you. When it's that special one, you can have feelings for multiple people, but I guarantee it's a thing that separates the boys from the men. And you, child,
okay, I can play devil advocate. So
okay.
I can play devil advocate. I am I'm in a relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use you because this will be safe because you're my sister.
Yeah.
So I got you and I got Cheryl. Now
Uh-huh.
I feel like I love you because you're the comedic. You know how to brighten my day when I'm down and all that type of stuff, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with Cheryl because Cheryl is business minded. You know, I keep things organized. She's the administrator of our group. Now,
Mm-hmm.
y'all love me because I become y'all foundation. I'm y'all launching pad or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, can there be I'm divided my love based on my experience with you.
You building a bear. That's what women do. That's what we do. What you just
But
described is what
but
we do.
but all three of us are in a relationship together. You mine, I'm yours, she mine,
Mm-mm.
I'm hers, and we all each other's.
No. No. You are still building a bear. And this is what women do all the time. And that's how some women can get into multiple relationships with men for years because I like this about them and they do this, but he don't do this well. But this one, he does this well.
Well, you know, but that's part of if you I actually got a chance to meet somebody who's polyamorous.
Ooh,
Yeah. And so it was this person said people hoarders. Oh yes.
I love it.
Whoever Facebook user is, that's a good one right there. Yes.
Ooh.
People hoarders. I,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna judge someone else's
No,
because
We're not here to do that.
but what
Mm-mm.
I am going to say is in some circles that might be what it is. You know, it's people hoarding. I got you over in the corner. I got you in the kitchen. I got you in the laundry room. I got you out there in the garden, right? How that's yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Let's move on. Let's move on. What if you were raised by strong women and raised to be independent? How do you learn to submit to being a co-partner? You know what?
Mm. Hey,
That's a good
Darius.
that's a good woman question.
You
Woman.
gonna put it on me. You gonna put it on
I,
me.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a
Okay.
situation. There's a conversation going on that Bishop Jakes preached about. It's something he said, and a part of his clip came out. And because he's a male and he addressed a traditional perspective a certain way,
Uh-huh.
it's coming across as being what's the word?
Male chauvinist.
Yeah. And look, that's a whole nother conversation for another day, and it has nothing to do with Bishop Jakes, but is to me is where our culture and our society is headed toward. It's like you got one extreme over here that's very they call it conservative or whatever, that's way out whatever. Then you got another stream over here that's so liberal, and neither group can see the danger of their perspectives. But that's a whole
Mm-hmm.
other perspective, man. But that's the reason why I said that. I'm gonna let you answer that. How do you been raised by a strong woman to be independent and learn how to submit to being a co-partner? Then after you make a statement, then I come in and
Okay. I will say this. The thing about I don't think independent women are necessarily in fear of submitting. I think they are in fear of submitting to a man that's not disciplined and that they can't trust to take care of the business, that they know they can operate and successfully do. I do think that the roles of the man and the woman, yes, the man is the head, but I think if they are learning each other, what each other's strengths are, what each other weaknesses are, that they are easy to co-labor together and not necessarily say, I'm the man, I'm the head, so just that, or the woman saying, I know how to do this and you don't, and make him feel less than a man. The thing about a woman being submitted to a man, the submission is, I'm going to use my strength to propel you and push you. By no means do my strength belittle what you're doing. I think that's the submission of an independent woman because a lot of times independent women have a hard time in their mind thinking that the man is less than them. And that's a whole nother issue. Submission as an independent woman says that all the gifts, all the talents that I have, I yield them to my husband to push him, to propel him, to pull out the dreams, to pull out the goals, to pull out things. And the same thing should be for the husband. I'm here to cover those gifts and dreams in you, but I'm also here to pull out those things in you. So I want to say to an independent woman, the first thing you need to make sure in the dating process is that they can handle what your dreams, ambitions, who you are, your strengths, because a lot of times what happens there becomes a competition instead of a co-laboring. it's like, I'm going to prove to you that I'm, the man. And so they they do things like, instead of asking for help, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to do it. It's like the best way I could describe it is a man traveling and don't have the map, and the woman has the map, but he don't want to say, I need help with the map. And she's sitting there like, I got the map. So you have to learn how to partner up. I got the map. You got to know how. Let's work together and get to the space we need to get to. So I think the submission is understanding when you're dating that person, how much you think they can take. Can they handle you? Because some women, they do have an authoritative demeanor because of where they're called to hold, whether they're called to the marketplace, or whether they're authoritative in the spirit. And it's not to belittle the man, it's just the place God has called them in. But if they learn how to, just because I'm authoritative, I shouldn't be walking around casting demons, and talk to my husband like he's a demon. I'm a prophet in the church, so you have to listen to me. My mouth is, I that's my husband. I take a whole different type of demeanor when it comes to my husband. And so you have to just learn your roles, where you are. That's another thing. As an independent woman, sometimes women don't know how to leave independence in the street, wherever their marketplace, their job place, and come into the house and be a wife. So that's my answer. I think it's just all that goes through the dating process and understanding what you need, and then you just have to make sure that there's not a spirit of competition between you and your significant other. I think it'll be easier.
I agree. I want to add this to this. Courtship is very, very important. When you get to dating somebody, you will begin to learn and understand that person. And I think the word submission, because how it's been played out in the confines of relationships, especially between a man and a woman, it come across as slavery-ish. That means that the woman doesn't have any say so, doesn't have any thought, doesn't have any ability to hold, or she don't have any authority. Um, and that has been the traditional perspective of most people. But first, I want to say this. This is scripture. The Bible said that we must be submissive one to another. So I like to use this analogy here, being submitted. If Jonisha is good at reading maps, who am I to be so prideful to tell her that she needs to stay in a woman's place, knowing that I need assistance in that area? So what I would do, I would submit myself and say, hey, you good at this right here, so I will let you lead and direct. Now, for most people, men that is, it may come across as if you're not being the man, and all of that, but that's not a reality. So getting to know a person is very, very important. So the question is, okay, being raised by a strong, independent a woman, and it was taught how to be independent. How do you submit? My answer to that is, um, respect the conversation y'all had when you was dating. I think what people fail to do is they fail to have the needed conversations while they're dating. I think that's the first step. What do you like? How do you feel about this? I am a highly educated woman. How do you feel about a woman who's educated? I'm planning on getting my PhD. I want to become a doctor and whatever I want to become a doctor in. What do you think about that? How many kids do you want? How do you see our kids being raised? Having those necessary conversations are very important. And how you become submissive to that, or how do you submit to that, is respecting those agreements. Now, what I will say is, as you mature, because no person stay the same in the course of their relationship.
Right.
As you mature, revisit those conversations. Hey,
Yes.
yeah, baby, do you still like for me to serve your food in bed, or would you rather eat at the kitchen table? That may be a crazy analogy, but those things actually happens. You know what I'm saying?
I completely understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
because that's one of the reasons why you renew your vows, because you're renewing to a totally different person that you got married to back then.
Hmm.
You evolving, you're changing things. Things you used to like, you may not like anymore, vice versa. So you're renewing to say, yes, I choose to stay in love with this newfound person. And I think the problem that comes in is people don't allow each other to change. You
Hmm.
want that person you met in high school, baby. First, giving her to God, my body ain't even the same. So you know good and well, I had to reroute my mind, because things I could do in high school, I can no longer do. And
Absolutely.
so those things are very, very important. There was another question on here.
And I want to say this, man. I want to say this. Add this caveat to it.
Come on, caveat.
Yeah. I'm trying to expand my vocabulary.
Come on,
Um.
brother.
So, and this is me speaking from a male perspective. It's okay to sometimes to lay your head in your wife's lap.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, meaning this
Make sure she ain't Delilah,
is
though.
well. Hopefully, your wife ain't the lie. um.
I just had to throw that in there because you said laugh. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay to be vulnerable with her. Being submitted or being submissive does not take away your masculine energy. It doesn't rob you from your manhood because you listen to your wife, you trust her advice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the woman have to see you at times being a submitted person as well. Now we good to say, well, I got to see submitted to Jesus because he is the head of the church. But the real strength comes in for her to see you as a strong man when he see you submit to people that may be less than him, may not have the knowledge that he has. Even when it come down to her, he may be good at everything else except for one thing. But because he come to her and say, "Baby, you know what? I ain't good at budgeting my money.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I ain't good at that. So I'm gonna let you budget the money as long as you keep me in the loop. What's going on? We good." And when she see that, she would gain another level of respect. Now, I'm not married. I'm not dating anyone like that. But I want to say this with my family. Once my family, Joe can testify to this. Once I begin to humble myself and I begin to like listen to people and what they had to say, Joe can testify to this, and my other sister can too. Their respect level for me began to change.
Mm,
So when I said things, they were like, "There go Darnell." It's like, okay, brother, I see where you're coming from.
yeah.
Because I learned how to listen to them and be like, okay, let me follow your lead on this because you're good at this. Okay, Bishop, we're gonna get back to Jacob.
Yeah, we're going to get back to him. But he asked two questions. He be asking questions back to back. I'm trying to get to your question, Bishop. You said, how long should trauma last? As long as you want it to. And that's honest, because I've been talking about people about trapped emotions. And I started reading that book, Darnell. I finally started digging into that book. And a lot of times I was talking to somebody today about forced dementia, and how sometimes a trauma happened to us and we push it back on purpose. But it's still in our subliminal, so our body is affected by what's back there. So I could be traumatized and don't even remember what traumatized me, but my
Yeah,
body does. And so it acts out. And so then when that thing happens with a mate or with a person or with the situation, and that trauma comes up, it takes it to come back up for you to really deal with it. So trauma can
absolutely.
last as long as you want it to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell people now, like when people grieving, we were like, okay, it's been 3 months and you should be done grieving over that situation. Like you don't know how deep or how heavy that wound is for me. Trauma is a slow speed to stagnation.
Ooh. And don't come over here with this fat and Terry. See, that's why I love that baby. That's exactly the reason.
And Terry, I'm about to
Baby.
have you on here one day
Yes,
because
we got to talk to you, because that's so good. Because you do slow out when trauma happened, baby. I am very slow to move. I'm supposed to be slow to speak and quick to hear, baby. But I be slow moving because I don't want that trauma to happen again. And
yeah.
so that's deep right there. I'm gonna have to. do something about that one.
Okay, so get back to Jacob. Okay,
Jacob.
The story Jacob. See, what had happened was Jacob's father. See, in these days, these Bible days, thank God they don't. A lot of us don't follow them rules no more. Praise Jesus.
My God.
In them days, they chose their. What was it? No. What? Wait a minute. I think I got two stories mixed up.
I think you finna go somewhere because
no, Jacob was the one. Jacob was the one.
He was the trickster. Okay, let's go back to that bishop.
He was, but remember, Jacob married two sisters.
No. Let me tell you what happened. He got tricked. That's what happened.
He did.
But see, he got tricked because he got tricked. That was after seed after his own kind, Bishop. It was each seed after his own kind. He tricked Esau out of his birthright, and he got tricked. And he was lusty. He was not in love.
Well. His uncle. they done some things in them days. He come from a line of tricksters. That's what I got to say. That's so I'm gonna leave that there. We're gonna go deep into that conversation.
And that's why I said each seed after his own kind. He tricked somebody, then he got tricked.
His mama was a trickster who taught him how to trick, and his mama brother
you
was a
trickster. Speak on the tricks.
So they were tricking. They were tricking.
Generation of curse of tricking.
That joker ran their bloodline heavy. Jacob married two sisters. The Bible said Leah was tender-eyed. Baby,
that ain't tender.
And Rachel was beautiful.
She was ugly. Let's just say she was ugly. Tender-eyed. She was hard on the eyes. And it made your eyes tender and sore. That's what that means. She was ugly, baby. She was ugly. And he thought he was getting the pretty one. And when he woke up, it was the ugly one.
He was tricked. So in reality, he loved Rachel. He was in love with Rachel. He tolerated Leah. And he had she was one who
she was one that was fertile. She was fertile murder though. She was.
Boy, look, I think that will preach. That would preach. That would preach. I promise you.
When ugly produces.
When ugly produces.
But you know what? Just look at that though.
Check this out. Check this out. This is a good point. He said, but the point, after all of that, he still fell for her. At the end, he realized where his blessing really lied. You know what I'm saying?
But it took the end, Bishop. I mean, I don't want you to know you love me at the end.
That is so true. That is so true. Even I want to live, but that didn't stop him from sleeping with her.
Baby, because you know the ugliest person, they be having, the gifts and promises of the Lord. They got special gifts in them that they house it because the ugliness set them up and set them aside.
I'm telling you. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. And this may be kind of like generalizing things, but I watched Larry Reed, and he tripped me out. And he made a post one time about like big women in the church.
There's so much thing right through my head. He said, merciful Savior.
Michelle, she had some goods that he really liked.
Them gifts. Them special promises and gifts was within her,
Boy, I promise you, he had all the cluster gifts.
But his original stance with her was passed down in the children, and that's why they ended up throwing old dude in the pit.
Man, that's a whole nother story.
That's I was just saying.
A whole nother story.
I'm just saying.
Amen.
Come on, it don't.
It don't.
That's the problem. These little faceless goods. That's the problem.
But I ain't gonna say what my uncle told me when I was younger.
And yet I'm still saying.
Bless God. but the reality of it is like, yeah, that was a good one, Bishop. See, Bishop, you don't do
Bishop,
something
you do
out of
stuff. He
see
do
that,
stuff.
yeah.
But if you think about it, you talking about consecrated, baby. She was ugly, so she was consecrated. She was set aside. Didn't nobody want her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something. You can speak like if we was gonna preach that topic and we're gonna break the whole down. Okay, yeah, she had good, but the reality of it is like it's always the overlooked who carries the heavier anointing.
Yeba, that's what I was going to.
It's always the overlooked that can produce more than that. It's because a lot of people are caught up in oh this and that whatever. But I promise you, it's kind of like check this out. When people want a deliverance and they go to, I'm not saying mega churches don't have the move of God.
Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna get back to the text. All right. I'm gonna say this. Like anytime you want an authentic move of God, sometimes you gotta find them raggedy churches that's leaning on the left hand side. They ain't got the good musicians. They ain't got the pastor barely can preach, but they got some power. They got some power. They can't say power, right? Power. And I promise you, by the time you leave there, you free. And it's kind of like, or I only have to get spiritual. Mine. Food. The best food.
Ooh, in the raggediest places. But
what? Hey, you think you're gonna get that good cooking at TGI Friday?
Too clean.
I need you to go down to the crossing. Matter of fact, let's go down Etheridge Street and go to this little spot off in the corner.
Ooh,
with some cinder blocks.
Yes, sir.
With the grill stuck out the front. The best barbecue ever.
Yes.
You right, man. You right.
You right.
Underdogs will always carry the dip. Boy.
He doing too much. You need to write in Terry's. I'm assigning you some writing tasks because you got a lot of You got a lot of stuff in you. I need you to write. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Because that was good.
Oh, that was real good.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. It's been almost an hour, and this has been definitely good.
I love it. Oh, I can stay with y'all all night because I love it. Bishop got about 25 questions in him, though.
Wait. We got some more questions we need to answer for Bishop.
That's okay. Michelle. Okay, now we're finna get into some triage. From where Pastor Jason is. We finna get into some triage because that whole rejection piece. Listen, okay, I'm finna get in there because the things I have accepted when I was operating in rejection is, and it stemmed. Let me just be honest. It stemmed from my father. Him not showing up when it counted, or me not feeling special enough. And that if you want to just get deep, the church was more important than me. Because he chose quartet concerts before he come home and make sure I was good. And would tell people that came to the quartet concert, tell Joe, I said, hey. So that whole piece of sitting on the porch waiting on you to come pick me up and you never showed up put a place in me. So in relationship, I sort of just accepted what came to me because at least they came, if that makes sense. And so I think in a lot of instances in my relationships, I was okay to be tricked because at least somebody thought enough of me to hook me up. Ooh, my God. And literally, this wasn't just in man to woman relationship. This was even in friendships. Even with conversations that I wasn't okay to be in, I sat there because at least they included me.
Yeah.
And it weighed me down so much. It added to my weight in my mind, in my spirit, as well as my body.
Yeah.
So that rejection piece right there, I don't know who that was for because you wrote that straight from the Holy Ghost.
That was good.
because it's a lot of men and women that deal heavy in rejection, and they literally will settle for anything just to be included in everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just now learning with the losing of the weight, with the shifting in states, that my voice has value. The rejection piece may have been protection because my father wasn't fathered. So he may have really been more damaging being in my life
Hmm.
than him actually leaving my life.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good to release what you feel, but even really come and submit that to God to get some understanding as to why he allowed that to happen. So now I can speak to a person that feels rejected. And so they will not reject, but because I'm good for getting to know people for who they are, not for what people say, or not leaving. No one left behind is in me because I was left behind a lot. And so I won't say it was all bad that I was rejected. I will say that the rejection caused me to include everybody, which is what the kingdom is supposed to be. And I make sure that there is no one left. I don't care how slow you are. I don't care what they say to you. I will not leave you behind. And
Yeah.
I won't make fun of you because you're behind there.
And
So,
it's funny because even the premise of our company is based upon it. Rare
yeah,
Image,
yeah.
Vision Radio is based upon
Our
those.
rejection.
Yeah, our rejection. Yeah, yeah. It's weird. And that's our heart motto, our heart mantra. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna leave you behind. I don't care what lack that you have. You are important. You are very important. Very, very important.
And these are the conversations that we desire to have.
Hmm.
This is why we create this space. We want it to be safe for
Hmm.
people to release. If they are feeling rejected, rejection showed me how to love self, and that's
And the
it.
broken. Yeah.
It anoints you for those places, and Terrence, you are anointed for those places, and you can identify them so quickly.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I like that what Interior said because and I think I'm just gonna give you a pillow talk conversation Jonisha and I had. I said, I think the process started when I was in my 30s when I started loving myself. And
Mm,
um and I was telling Jonisha, I think just probably a year or two ago, I'm like, I'm at a place where I love me. And it doesn't really matter what anyone else feel, what they think, or whatever the case may be. I love me. And my rejection have shown me how, to deal with those who have experienced what I experienced, or it may not be my their exact experience, but their experience is something, and to
mm-hmm.
love them where they are, not to be judgmental. Now, I have been judgmental, and that judgment that I put on other people was because I was trying to hide my own hurt, my own trauma, and my own grief.
Yeah.
So I like
Mm.
this. I like this. Put this back up. Now that I face rejection, I can turn it to my strength. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, if you follow Jesus Christ, if those of you that are Christians on here, we know that Jesus was the cornerstone that the builders rejected. Like
Hmm.
rejection is a key part of your walk. And I think the rejection part is there to teach you how to stand, even if,
Yeah.
to speak, even if, do what he's called you to do, even if.
Even if. Amen. Amen. This has been a good conversation. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed you all. You made our night like so smooth, so smooth. And Terry sent us to church, and Bishop had us
Baby, they
digging deep.
preaching. They preaching in these comments, baby. I'm gonna go back and write some of this down. I ain't lying.
Rejection holds us hostage. You know what?
It can.
Bless God.
But then you gotta flip the Interiors thing. He found the best love in and through intercession.
Yes. And Terry, you good with words, brother.
Baby. And Terrence, if you were my brother, praise God, you could be my poet for life. I'm just saying.
Man, it's like the way you connect words, man. It's
You can
like
tell he intercedes.
yeah,
You can tell. You can tell.
yeah. But you ever heard a beautiful melody? That's how he writes. It's kind of like, oh wow, this is beautiful. Like wow, and it hits you in the spot. Yo, this has been a good conversation, and what we did tonight, you all, we allow you into our personal conversation, and this
Yes.
hour for us is usually 3 hours, and
We
when we
gonna
didn't have
shorten
a
it up for y'all. We ain't gonna do y'all like that.
yeah, and when we didn't have a job, it was 4 hours. When we wasn't
Baby.
working, when we wasn't working from 7 o'clock at night to 4 o'clock in the morning until I passed
Baby.
out.
Right, till he passed that, because I'm with the stuff on at nighttime, baby. I'm with it.
I'm a morning person. I get up. Hey, good morning. How you doing today?
Shh.
J-
Somebody's calling my name.
y'all. Let me tell you the story. This is a true story. So I was living with Jonisha at this particular time, and I get up every morning. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Hey, I'm off to work. I'll see you later. And one day she told me, she's like, "Will you just shut up? Just I hear you. I'm going to sleep. Leave me alone." That was so funny. I just woke up.
Because my prayer time was 3 a.m. I just went to sleep. You want to be up and chipper. Good morning. Today is wonderful. And I'm like, you see, I ain't saying nothing back, but you still yet talking.
Hey, but I mean, just realize I only had 2 hours of sleep because you kept me all night talking.
I'm better now. For my future husband, in case he's watching, I'm better in the morning now. I'm okay. I'll say good morning, my love. Now, good night. All right. Praise God.
Uh-huh. All right, so this has been a good conversation, and so we want to expand our business. We got a lot of things that we would like to do within our company. So if you enjoyed this broadcast, and I like this, thank you, Anterius. Thank you so much. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Jonisha is the one that like to lay it all out there. I'm still kind of reserved,
The
but
Lord told me to.
she's like that. Period. Jesus ain't got to tell her that. That's just her.
Cause I
That is
wanna,
her.
cause I wanna know the truth. So I ain't gonna lie to you, make it sound fly to you. You need to know the truth, baby. That's what's going on with these folks. They looking real fly, but they lying. They lying.
Yeah, like Jonisha she just an open book like that, and I'm more reserved now. I am one of these days, guys. My witness bishop got to pray for me. I'm gonna lay it all out there. I'm gonna lay it all out there one day. Y'all be like, "Oh, Jesus, I didn't know that." I'm gonna lay it out there. But
Thank you, Sabrina, on the YouTube.
thank you. Hey,
Yeah.
y'all, she got this thing going on, and I do follow her that deals with
Grief.
grief. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Y'all need to catch her, support her on that. Uh, ah,
Ooh, there go your word, Bishop. There go Bishop word.
that's
Acceleration.
that's our church theme for the year, acceleration. I felt that. We
Mm.
command acceleration, darn it. Gotcha, brother, gotcha. Um, yes, this has been really good. And
Yes.
as you all know, we have a radio station. It's on 360. It's Vision Radio, VIZHEN. Yeah, we a little different, so we spelled it different.
Because we different.
Is on there, and look, we got music on there. We want to build our catalog. If you want to support us, that way we can purchase music. You can cash app us at Rare Image, the number 26. I almost forgot I cash app just that quick, not to say it. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about like what's next to say. That's it.
The recovery room.
The recovery room.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. I like that. So anybody on here, please check her out, support her financially,
It's on
and jump in
Mondays,
on there.
right, Sabrina? On
So
Mondays.
Brandon, when is it? So we can put it up there.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
hey,
support.
we support. We don't mind shouting you out. You got a little video clip you want us to show before our broadcast, yo, we would do
We
that. We
would
don't
do
have no
that.
problem with that at all. Um, so like I said, we got Vision Radio. We're trying to build our music catalog up and things like that. So if you want to support us and send money towards us, in the church where you want to sow into this ministry.
Yes, God.
It's Cash Out,
Mm-hmm.
Rare Image, the number 26. Rare Image is spelled
Money
exactly what it
sign.
is. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, money sign. If you have any question about our company, you can email us and look at the ticker below.
Ooh.
Rare Image, the number 26 at gmail.com. If you'd like
Yes.
to partner with us, you can hit this link right here and you can do a residual gift with us. I believe we as low as $20 a month, something like that, or a one time. You give a one time gift. It goes straight to the bank. None of your personal information is sent to us. We just see the money. That's it. This has been a great conversation on tonight. We appreciate you joining in on our Pillow Talk conversation, and we probably gonna have another Pillow Talk conversation after this is over with.
Baby.
And one of these days, we was talking before we got on here.
The conversation after dark.
After dark, yeah, we're gonna do that one day, and I would like to do that like when we together. All right, cool.
Yep, that's a recovery room. It'll be next session is Monday via Zoom at 7:30 p.m. That is Central Standard Time, correct? I have to get that in me because I am in Eastern.
Wait a minute, isn't she? She's on the East Coast with you, right?
No, she's not at this moment.
She's not
in Central Time.
Okay, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Central Time, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, and so on after that. The other time zones. Praise God. Look, we love you guys. We thank you for your support. Look, we're gonna be back. Well, I won't be back on here because next week is conference time for us. GLYC.
Can we go live at GLYC?
Yes. Yeah. Can we go live?
We need to figure that out.
We figure that out. Figure out. Yeah. So
love you too, Sabrina.
Let me put this out here. Yeah, Sabrina, we love you. Starting Wednesday, July the 27th is our night of intercession that we come for a whole hour. We're praying and we seeking God. Our theme for this year is it's a family affair, so we definitely gonna be bombarding heaven, praying about the family, covering the family at large. Now on July the 28th is our college theme night. So come out with your college t-shirts, your sororities, your fraternity shirts, all that type of stuff. We're gonna have a good time. We got a pre-show that's gonna be happening before the service starts, so you don't want to miss that at all.
Pre-show, baby, they big time.
Pre-show.
Come on, pre-show.
Yeah. So all I got to say. That's all I got to say right here.
Oh my God, my God, today.
So it's going to be exciting. That Thursday night our pre-show speaker is going to be Dr. Oh my geez, she gonna kill me if I can't remember her name. She is the superintendent for Humboldt City Schools. Superintendent for Humboldt City Schools. Like I said, she gonna kill me. That night, that I see you, Michelle. I see you.
Okay.
I see you.
No, Terrius, I can't come.
Look, it's a whole lot that's gonna be going on. We got a lot of great speakers on that Saturday night. I won't get to all the names because I don't want to forget about the name. Dr. Janice Epperson. She is. Thank you, Sabrina. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Dr. Janet Epperson is going to be
Sabrina. We need you.
Yeah, I promise you. I promise you.
They got your back down in the comments.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. So you
get your eye black.
It's already dark enough. Who gonna cut up and pray with me?
Come on. And Terry, he just spoke it. He just talked about you praying. Come on. Terry's connect.
Yeah. I just know what. Somebody just sent me your number, bro. So I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off of this. We got a lot of great speakers that week. You don't want to miss it. If anybody being part of GLYC, it's very inspirational and informative. And we're going to bless God. And at the same time, when we bless God, we're going to leave informed and inspired. And also, I want to let you all know who are listening. GLYC is for the whole entire family. We are pushing the youth, but
you better rap, brother. You better root. You did that. GLYC is for the entire family. Come on through. Bars.
Bars.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, this has been great. This has been great.
I'm gonna
And
miss y'all this year, but I'll be praying with you guys. And
yeah,
Terrence, you know I got your back in prayer. I got you.
man. So look, we gotta go. Oh, this has been really, really good. It's been really
It has.
good. I enjoyed this.
We
I
love
really
it,
did.
y'all. With the
Hey,
TH, continue with love.
we love you all. So good people, stay good. And we see you.
And
Jonisha,
two and
see you.
two.
Jonisha, see you next Friday.
Maybe we might be on live at the GLYC.
Jonisha, see you next Friday. So if I can have some way of connecting something, I would do it. We're gonna work some things
We're
out.
gonna
So
watch.
hey, God bless you all. We love you. We love you. Love. We see you next week or week after next, however it goes. But we will be back over here very soon. All right. Peace out.
Love y'all.
Love you all.
Peace.